Vesuvia. 113, a planet once ruled by the fiery claws of the Fae. Now since captured by the icy metal tongues of the Salvate, not as thieves, but as avengers. In times long past, this planet was bustling with the sounds of factories and the echoing hymns of prayer. The Astral Monarchy ruled here. It was a colony, a young one, though even with its youth, its expanse was comparable to ancient Earth. Many factories scattered across earthen jungles. At the core, massive cubic churches praising the Iron King. The militants bore witness to the growth of man, and sought potential in their population. The Fae influence was subtle at first. Their influence came first from the stars, then rained upon the population as maroon rain. Among the silvery pure citizenry came intellectual half-breeds, mutated by diluted blood of beasts. Hiding themselves brought the dire, and all it took was a nudge from the guides in heaven, though not holy. Rebellion lead to chaos, and from the heavens they descended. The citizens were captured and made into resources. That was over a century ago, and only now does this planet return to the perception of the Ministry. The Duke, Lord Marcus, made his move on the planet, engaging the forces of the sea from space and land, slaying the Archbrutus, the ruler of the defense. Lord Marcus succeeds, and now wishes to begin the process of colonization. Meanwhile, the Hierarch sends a new threat to Marcus, one that shall lead an offensive against the proud follower of the slave god of metal, a vengeful Potens. A former slave to the monarchy, a plaything-made ruler, Arch-Kaiser Ozymandias the Rash.
This video is a briefing for the war to come. We shall speak of the law, of the perks, of the campaign and spies, as well as other specifics. Ensure to pay attention and do not be afraid to rewind the video to ensure you understand the subject. The understanding of this video, and or the written version of this, will be incredibly important as it will help make this entire war run smoothly. The two groups, the Spectres of Cappy and the Shadow-Armed Coalition of Echo's Council, shall be playing the Astromonarchy, and shall be facing off against the Militants of Ethrapha. Two VR chat groups shall be made for the convenience of ensuring some of the mechanics of the game run smoothly. One shall be called Wartime Astromonarchy. All of those playing as the monarchy shall join said group and represent it whenever it is they are in active duty and participating in the war. The other will be named Wartime Ethrapha. All of those playing as the Fae shall join this group and represent it whenever it is they are in active duty and participating in the war. Those that are labeled dead shall not represent either group. Here is the war board. This shall be posted regularly on both the servers of the Astromonarchy and of the Militants. Your goal is to capture all territories on the board. Each territory is a VR chat world which we will use to represent a region on the planet of Vesuvia. The territories are displayed on the map by these circles. There are 10 territories total, and as you fight, the colors may change depending on who owns the territories. The goal is to keep the dots completely red if you are a Cambiato, or completely blue if you are a Salvatai, for at least 3 days. A day of war is 3 hours per day, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, ending at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Each day, all week, with the exception of Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, your group may own territory. You must defend this territory, as you will be in a group public instance, able to be attacked by your opposition at any moment. What map you will be in will be dictated by which dot is highlighted in your color, as each dot represents a region on Vesuvia. The maps which coincides with each dot will not be changed. The goal of those defending is to have at least 2 more units on the territory than those who might attack it. They must keep it like this by 9:30 p.m. Eastern when the war day ends. At the same time, as your team which defends your territory does what they are ordered, you can send another team to find and attack the territory of your opposition. Indeed, your offensive team must find your enemy's territory, scouting different public PvP maps until they find it. The goal being the same. Have at least 2 more units on the battlefield than your opposition by 9:30 p.m. Eastern to successfully capture the territory. As far as deployment, you can spawn your team anywhere, regardless of the color portal. You can also airdrop them in via plane if you have one, unless there is a perk or a world issue which doesn't allow it. As a commander, you can retreat at any time. Commanders can order their squad to all respawn. If they do decide to retreat, it must be the whole squad, no man left behind. The commander can order their men to enter back into battle if they choose, after 30 minutes have passed. If they are an offensive squad, they can return to their territory and spawn in immediately, joining in with the defensive squad. If they are defensive, they too must wait 30 minutes before attempting to retake their territory. One member from each side shall be appointed the spy role. They will be feeding information to the opposite side and may as well sabotage their kin by slaying them from behind or some funny things like that. The spy will be rewarded greatly for their efforts. You can convict the spy, court style. Make sure the game master is present to confirm or deny. When the lot of you agree on who the spy is, you can, Among Us style, slay them, making them useless. If you guess correctly, the spy can rejoin your ranks, no longer able to provide information for the rest of the war. If you get it wrong, however, that victim, that poor soul you've condemned to the outer reaches of space, is deceased for 2 weeks. At the end of each week, on a Sunday, both groups will gather, and they will be tasked in doing something that will provide them a 2-week-long perk, depending on which one does it first. Here are the perks available. And remember, each perk lasts for 2 weeks, which means, potentially, you can stack them. Reinforcements. Everyone gets an extra life. Superior anti-air. Have the other team not use planes or flying units. Double agent. Have the spy unable to provide information. Low-car crystal. The group has 1 spare revive, which brings all their downed units back from the dead once. Comm Scrambler. Disable enemy comms. No Discord calls or otherwise here. Morale boost. All your units now have the option to go up a roll. Propaganda. All enemy units now go down a roll. Ammo sabotage. All enemy units must only use melee. Treachery. The spies of each group can choose any perk they want to cast to each other. Alright, here are the laws. The rules of the game. Avatar PvP only. This of course means that there must be some time that might need to be taken in order to ensure that you, and all of the soldiers around you, have all of the enemy avatars turned on. And you can even do this in the lobby, like so. All avatars to be used during the war is to be brought to the Game Master for inspection and acceptance. Avatar PvP is the only method of combat that is allowed. However, there are limits to the avatar. When your avatar uses an ability or weapon offensively, the attack must be survivable from a large range away from the source of the attack, and by the medium infantry role at full health. No world-ending attacks are allowed. As for aerial combat, there will be challenges which allow for battles to be fought within worlds similar to test pilots. But aerial battles too will be fought within the Avatar PvP worlds otherwise. All units have only one life until the Sunday of that week, when all units are revived, unless a perk allows for more revives or lives throughout the week. Nameplates are off. No using mirrors. Those who are deceased cannot speak of information they have acquired while they were alive. Dead men don't talk. Any information gathered in reference to the war while deceased must not be provided to anyone. Flying avatars cannot fly any faster than 25% if they are flying via Gogoloco. Active units are not allowed in the spectator box unless they are dead. None are allowed to use Gogoloco, OVR, or otherwise to phase through terrain. And finally, stay humble. If you get a kill, great! You've wiped a combatant off the board for that week. But it does no one any good, either for you or your group, to be a cunt. Your adversary is merely fighting for the glory of their group, as you are fighting for yours. Show some respect to your combatant. As the war rages on, it is important to remember that this is indeed meant to be fun, as much as it is meant to be frustrating. So don't forget, enjoy this. It will be long, it will be tedious, but you're doing this with your friends, with your family. Enjoy.